In Luke 6:42, Yeshua had said, first take the beam out of your own eye, and then you'll see clearly the speck in your brother's eye to take it out. And he follows that up in verse 43 by saying, for there's no good tree that produces rotten fruit, nor again does a rotten tree produce good fruit. Each tree comes to be known by its own fruit. For figs are not gleaned out of briars, neither are bunches of grapes gathered from thorn bushes. Out of the good treasure of his heart, the good man brings forth good. And out of the evil man brings forth evil. For from the overflow of the heart, his mouth speaks. Right? Yeshua says first, stop focusing on someone else's speck. When it comes to a focus on transformation, first focus on what's going on inside of you. Search me, Lord, what's happening in me. And then to illustrate the point, Yeshua gives these two mini parables, right? These word pictures. And the first simple parable says, the fruit of a tree indicates the type of tree you're dealing with. Right? The fruit tells you about the tree. If you're able to pick sweet, filling figs, well, it's a fig tree, not a thorn bush, right? Duh. Right? And if you're reaching into a thorn bush, you won't find anything very sweet, right? You're going to get hurt. The second parable gets more specific about a significant indicator of fruit, which is our words. He says, what comes out is overflowing from within. Whatever comes out of my mouth indicates what's boiling or bubbling or cooking in my heart. Yeshua says, for example, he says, out of the evil man brings forth evil. Now, when we read the word evil, rarely do any of us apply that to ourselves, right? Our natural instinct is to assume the evil person is someone else. Well, the Greek word for evil there is poniros, a word that points to sickness, to poor condition, and even wickedness, right? In the ancient Greek world, for instance, Plato wrote of somatos ponira, the evil, the vice of the body, which he says being a disease consumes, destroys it, so it stops being a body, right? So this word for evil points to the broken condition of my inner man. Out of the brokenness, out of the sickness, out of the pain, the broken man brings forth brokenness. Basically, hurting people hurt people, right? From the pain, the toil, the brokenness of our inner condition, the internal ravaging that is the result of selfishness, piled upon selfishness within. From that pain overflows painful and destructive words from my lips. Yeshua says, what's coming forth from your lips is indicative of the condition of your heart. What is the fruit of my lips? What are people tasting? Because that points to what's going on inside. When hurtful or angry words are overflowing from my lips, what's happening in my heart? It's important that I ask the Holy Spirit to really search me. Too often when we hurt people with our words, we may want to quickly dismiss it, just move past it. I was just being careless. I didn't mean it. It's like we want to say, look, I know that what you seem to be getting from me keeps making you bleed like thorns, but I really am a fig tree. But we need to slow down and ask the Lord, what is going on inside of me? It's not asking from a place of self-condemnation. It's asking from a place that desires genuine healing and transformation of my heart. If a doctor tells you that your blood pressure is high, right? The doctor isn't condemning you. He's saying there's potentially a physical heart and health issue here. Let's address the root issue. And when the words overflowing from our mouths are painful thorns and not refreshing, life-giving fruit, it's an indicator that something is unhealthy within this tree. There's a spiritual heart and health issue here. And the realization that my words are an indicator of my heart condition is a realization that should result in self-examination of my innermost being, led by the Holy Spirit, listening for his voice. Slow down to ask the Lord, where did that come from? Why, when the pressure of the moment came, were those words? Why was that thought with the pressure squeezed out of me? What's going on inside of me, Lord? Lord, reveal it. Lord, heal it. Lord, heal that brokenness within me. Did those words overflow from anger or from pain? Did it flow from my own deep infection of selfishness? I'm just so put out by the inconvenience of the moment. Spirit of the Lord, heal my hurt, disinfect the wounds, cleanse me, and from the life-giving healing that you work in my heart, may words of life-giving healing overflow from my lips. May the words of my mouth and the thoughts of my innermost being, Lord, make you smile.